What's up, everyone? We are back making a how to squat 3 plates video today. Disclaimer, Ryan can't squat 3 plates.
No.
Disclaimer, I can't squat 3 plates ass to grass yet. I can squat 3 plates to parallel. So, therefore, I am qualified to make this video.
Are you?
Yes.
All right. As qualified as you can be.
Exactly. My excuse is I got long legs, so.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go down further. But anyways, here to give you a few tips that'll help you achieve your very own 3-plate squats. Number 1, make sure the bar is in the right place.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that prevented me from squatting in high school, maybe the second biggest thing, I'll get to the first one in a few. I got no traps, or I had no traps. And if anyone who knows what I'm talking about here in a few has had the bar on their spine, directly on the bones back here, and has it bruised, that hurts really bad for a long time. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the biggest reasons. So make sure you find a comfortable place to put that bar, or you use a pillow or something, even though you look like a you know what when you do that. But
sometimes it hurts your pride, but you gotta get that little cylinder pad on. Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I'd rather suffer through the pain and have red marks all over.
Or you could do this. Or you could just do low bar squat. But if that's not really comfortable, I tried that for a while. I didn't like it. So that's the very first thing, guys. Get your bar placement right, or just figure out where it feels good and where you're not gonna hurt yourself and say I can't squat because I hurt my cervical spine or something like that. You know what I mean? The second thing is find out what squat form works for you. There are so many different variations, and everyone is built differently, especially hip placement. My hips, my feet go out like this naturally. And in high school, the number one reason I didn't squat in high school, don't judge me, I'll tell you in a second. They wanted me to squat with my feet parallel to each other, right? And I'd go down to parallel like they said. So parallel, feet parallel. Well, go down to parallel, feet parallel, and don't let your knees track out over your toes.
That's impossible. Now,
for us tall ass guys, over 5'5".
It's 5'3".
Yeah, I'm 5'6". Even 5'5" is pretty short. I still love my short people. I love you guys, but I'm just saying, it's really impossible for it. I can't do it because when I go down to there and I'm like that, I fall back every single time. So it's impossible for me to do it. So that's the one of the biggest reasons I didn't do that in high school. So find out for your specific body type where you feel comfortable, sitting in a squat. And, that goes into depth and stuff too. Everyone's going to have different flexibility. I think it's best for everyone to squat ass to grass if you can. Because, believe it or not, before toilets, guys. Before toilets, we used to take shits in an ass to grass squat. Oh, women used to give birth like that too.
But we did not put loaded weight on our backs to do so.
That's not the point, Ryan.
There's always a rebuttal to an argument, and that is it.
Absolutely.
So body weight, yeah, of course, that's good.
And I know a lot of people are well, that's bad for your knees and stuff. No, that's not the case at all. If you just jump right into it, yeah, you're going to probably fuck something up. But if you take it slow and you get used to sitting down in that ass to grass position, feeling it out, getting some more ankle mobility, some mobility in your knees, hips, and even some thoracic extension, you'll be good. So find out what works for you. For me, I like to be about shoulder width. It really depends what kind of squat I'm doing. I'm going parallel. I'm wider than shoulder width. Um, if I'm just going ass to grass, I'm shoulder width. My feet are always pointed out like this. And that lets me sink all the way down comfortably and good.
It's also how you walk, too. If you notice that some people walk pigeon-toed, their feet are like this. Some people walk just straight, and some people will have their feet out like this, and some people it's like they're walking sideways. But same thing with the squats. It's like, I don't think if you're pigeon-toed when you walk, you should squat pigeon-toed like this. But like if it feels better with your feet out, then that's good. If it feels better with them more parallel, then that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I walk a little bit like this with my feet out, so I usually do that for my squats too. It's just better for my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps my stance more open too, because I have really tight hips and stuff. So my legs will, when I'm in a squat, you want to kind of keep your hips open when you go down, and mine kind of cave in a little bit sometimes when it gets heavier. So I have to focus on that too.
Yeah.
So sometimes the machine, I don't know what it's called, but where you're sitting there in your legs and you go out like this and it stretches your hip muscles. And
the machine you don't make eye contact on.
Yeah. The one you usually see the women on doing, I use that and I kind of put my elbows in between my knees and I stretch it out like that just to get it all stretched and ready to go. But yeah, just do whatever works.
Yeah. Trying to think of another one. And also going back to what we just said, like finding what works for you, a squat variation. I like to mix it up. That's just me. So like sometimes I'll do powerlifting squats and just functional squats, ass to grass squats. But each one's gonna require a different mechanic, and each one you're gonna find you're gonna be better at than another. So once again, figure out what works for you. Trying to think what else. What other tips have like really helped me? My squat's really weak still. I'm still like lagging. I mean, it's still higher than my bench now. It's officially higher than my bench, so it's okay. But
mine's higher than my bench, and I just started.
But like for the longest time, it was below or it was exactly the same. So those are the two biggest things: is just finding out what works for you and actually doing it. Like, go squat, guys. Don't be afraid to squat. Squat is like probably the second king exercise, right next to the deadlifts. Deadlifts is obviously like the freaking like you got. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, deadlifts is second, squats is third, curls is obviously first. Every time.
Ryan,
the most functional movement you can do is curls, especially in the squat rack. People will love it. Try it. When it's most crowded at your gym, go and curl in the squat rack. See what people say.
Or better yet, go curl in your squat rack when someone, like, you just see, like, 4 plates on each side or more, and just go in there and just start curling just dumbbells and see, like, what happens. Video it, too, and send it to us. But anyways, I can't really think of any other big tips in the squat. I would, like I said, I do a lot of variation. Try a different variation of things. Like I said, see what works for you. And I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. There's not really any like massive tips I can think of. Oh, one. I got one.
Good.
So, one of my weakest areas in the squat is my core. My legs are able to press the majority of the weight that I put on, but what gives it, with the weak link in my kinetic chain is that core. It gives out and I cave. So I think the best way to train that, as far as I've known, or I know, is high volume, low intensity. So like lots of reps, constantly, so you can really feel it in your core.
Keep it tight too.
Yeah. Create. Oh my gosh! Almost forgot, Ryan. I almost forgot. Intra-abdominal pressure. Now that's a very fancy term. There's this muscle inside us, because you got your rectus abdominis on the outside, your obliques, right, and then on the inside you got this thing called the transversus abdominis. And what's that's responsible for is like squeezing like this. So basically, it's like nature's weight belt. And your diaphragm right above, obviously. So to create intra-abdominal pressure, you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're basically gonna be like pushing out your belly, so like fat.
So you know how you can go from beer belly to six pack? You want to go beer belly at the very bottom, push out. If you have a weight belt, you want to push into your weight belt. So that's kind of how you want to imagine it, even if you don't have one. Just push your stomach into the weight belt as hard as you can, and make sure your back is up. And when you're also squatting, you don't want to be looking down, because you go where your head goes. Also, I used to close my eyes too, which is not good. It's a fun game, but don't do it, because you don't know where the weight's going if you close your eyes, and you don't know. So always keep your eyes open and kind of look forward and even up a little bit when you're coming up, because then your back wants to come up and stay up and not break curve and all that.
Oh yeah, and it's the opposite with like front squatting. So instead of pushing out, you're cinching in. Same deal with deadlifts too.
Front squatting got me.
Front squatting's the shit. Front squatting will make a man out of you real quick, and it will show how fucked up you are if you can't do it. But yeah, that's what so we got. We got in there. What we get? We got bar placements. Find out what works for you, and intra-abdominal pressure. That's
Did
it.
I hit 135 for the front squat? I think I did once.
Yeah?
I feel like I did.
I think you did.
It's alright.
It's all right. But with that, guys, hope this was helpful. Leave some comments down below for us. Like and subscribe if you found this valuable. If you have any questions for us that you would like us to answer, I know we're not like super duper experts, but we are on this journey, the path of iron, as are you, I hope. Because, like, I don't understand how people live without it. I don't understand.
They must be depressed.
All right, that's what I'm thinking.
I got all these pills.
Exactly. But like I said, if you guys thought this valuable, like, subscribe, let us know, start a conversation. Let's get it. Hope you all have a fantastic evening, night, day, wherever you are. And keep being freaking awesome. Peace.